I got my brine concoction here. So you saw me do the binder cocktail. I just used a few binders: Takesumi, which is bamboo charcoal, bentonite clay from BioPure, and Takesumi, and I used Zeolite too from BioPure, which is a Zeolite, right? So I've talked to you about binders and the importance of them. Just to reiterate, they are negatively charged, sometimes naturally occurring minerals and clays, many times naturally occurring, and they're highly negatively charged, and they go in and they act as a vacuum, and they suck up all the positively charged junk and pollutants. Really amazing for food poisoning, really amazing for toxicity of all kinds, molds and heavy metals and everything, plastics. So then I did a little meditation. I did the 5 Tibetan rites. I think I'm gonna speed it up. It's gonna be too long to show it all at once, but I'll speed it up. And now I came here to the beach. This is about 30-40 minutes after that last video that you saw. I still haven't eaten. I'm gonna do a saltwater flush. I really only do these, you know, once every few weeks now, once every 3 weeks, but I've been eating a little shitty. I've been traveling and hanging with friends, and you know, I like to compromise when I do that with people who aren't on this path. I still like hanging out with normal human beings who eat cheeseburgers and sweet potato fries like I did. So don't tell anyone. But yeah, you know, it's good to have a little cheat meal every once in a while. It's good to relax and just enjoy life and sit back and say, good job, you know, and not be so hard and stressful on ourselves. So I got my brine concoction, 2 tablespoons of salt, and I got my Shasta spring water. And I'll just talk about life and do my salt flush. Good thing there's a bathroom over there, otherwise I'd have to go poopy in the ocean. Which I was thinking about, like, it's probably not that big of a deal. Like, all of these animals inside the ocean are shitting and peeing all day long. I'm sure the bay or the ocean knows exactly how to handle waste, just like the earth does. But I imagine that the waste of a human is different composition than the waste of an animal, so therefore maybe the ocean is not as adept to breaking down the waste of a human. But my point is that it's probably not that gross to poop in an ocean. Like, it's potentially the same thing as pooping on the earth. I don't know. Do some research, get back to me. All right, let's start it up here. We'll talk about illness here on this lovely day in California. If I can talk while drinking this. I mean, this typically makes me pretty sick. In case you don't know what a saltwater flush is, basically anywhere between 1.5 and 3 tablespoons of sea salt with some apple cider vinegar and warm water. And then you have your fresh water. And you just take a few sips of each over the course of 15-20 minutes. And then you have to go poopy very badly. So make sure you're near your bathroom. All right, illness, okay? All the time I hear people complaining about being sick, talking negatively about being sick, saying there's only really in our culture, there's only a negative connotation with being sick. It's like everybody, when they get sick, is desperately clinging on to the person they once were, desperately trying to become the person they were before they got sick. Oh my God, I'm almost 100%. I'm almost there. Oh, I'm at 50% of where I once was. And all you hear, of course, is, oh my God, he got sick. And then he got sick. And then, oh my God, what is he going to do? He's sick. He can't make money. He's laying in bed. He's sick. There's only a negative connotation with being sick today in our world. And that is the biggest bunch of bullshit I have ever seen, because I am so grateful for my sickness. I will never be the Josh that I was before I got sick. I have stopped attaching on to the athlete that I was, and the jiu-jitsu dude, and the sexaholic. I wasn't a sexaholic. I just, I was not mindful. Fighting on the street, doing all kinds of crazy shit. Totally unconscious. But strong, athletic, full of energy, full of life, just like, of course, underneath that strength was a ton of pain. But anyway, my point is that I will never be that Josh again. And I am so happy about that. This new person that I have become, though fragile, though spending lots of money and time on my health, is the best Josh I've ever been. And I can say that with 100% certainty, without a lick, without a speck of desire to go back to the old self. So we need to reshape our paradigm around illness. That's half the battle. Half the battle is context, honestly. What I mean by that is, if you view illness as a bad thing, you're climbing uphill every day. Whereas if you can view illness in a different way, which I'll talk about, it makes everything much easier. So here it is, right? We have 70, 80, 100, 120 years on this planet, right? All we have is time here. It's all we have, time. And when you think about it, 4 years of illness, like I went through, 3.5, 4 years, is nothing. It's but a speck in the existence of a human being, right? I mean, if I'm going to be here for 100 years, that's what? That's 4% of my life here was spent in illness. Now imagine if we have past lives. Imagine if we have reincarnation, right? Which I'm not going to go into it here. I'm sure it's a debatable subject, but I believe in it. I've seen enough to believe in it. If it's true, then we're really talking about a speck. Because if transmuting illness in one lifetime carries over to your next and multiple lifetimes, then we're talking about a small fraction of time here that's spent being ill, right? So what is illness, right? Well, we're living in a very sick age, an age disconnected from nature, disconnected from love, totally in the mind, stuck in the mind consciousness, always having a problem, always searching for the answer, always waiting for the next accomplishment, the next dopamine rush. And we are disconnected from our true selves, and we're disconnected from spirit. All cultures previous before us have all had massive connections to spirit and the earth and food and direct relationship with everything that they do as far as eat and kill and hunt and gather and forage. And we have lost that, right? So there's a famous quote. It says, there is nothing healthy about being well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. And I agree with that. I would rather be ill in this society than be well adjusted and operating perfectly with it. Because if you're ill, or if you're not well, and if you have this unrest inside of you, this angst, then chances are that you are a person that is being called upon by the earth, by the gods, by God, by the divine, whatever we want to call it, to rise up to the occasion and change your paradigm, change your life. It's a call to action. It's the body's way of saying, hey dude, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're doing, whatever is going on in that mind of yours that's running the show, it's not sustainable. Stop here at once. We must change, right? That's what's going on. The body is sending signals to your brain and to your spirit, to your being, whatever is underneath the body, whatever our consciousness is, whoever we really are, It's sending a message saying, hey man, you're doing it wrong. That's the bottom line. You're doing it wrong. Whatever you've been eating, whatever you've been thinking, whatever you've been reading, however you've been loving, however you've been talking, everything you're doing, we need a change. We need a change. It's time for a deeper self to emerge. It's time for a caterpillar to become a butterfly. It's time for a carbon to become a diamond. It's a call to action. It's the initial phase of a beautiful, beautiful journey into the deepest, truest you. And when we get ill, it's, oh my God, what do I do? Holy shit, what do I do? How am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna work? It's immediate chaos and freaking out and fear, which is what we've been taught. Ooh. So, I'm gonna have to cut this video a little short. Starting to get the quickening. Quickening is happening. So, illness is beautiful. I'm grateful for it. When I see other people that are ill, I see their future selves. I see the whole transformation in my existence. I can just, they're complaining and they're freaking out and they're scared, and I'm looking at them and I'm saying, wow, this is beautiful artwork. This is beautiful magic that's happening right now. This is incredible. So, you know, and you know that if I'm saying this, that it's really true for most people, because my level of my illness has been so intense. I mean, if this is the first time watching a video of mine, I mean, I went through, you know, check out the story, but I went through 3.5 years of just debilitating suicidal depression, panic attacks, total unrest. I mean, just chaos beyond all belief. Unlike anything I've even ever seen in a movie, read in a book. Just an absolute crazy journey. Mercury poisoning, heavy metal poisoning, parasites, all kinds of issues, leaky gut. And it was fucking crazy. It was absolutely insane. I look back and it's hard for me to remember what those days were like. Like, it's not that I can't access pain anymore. It's that I just don't know what it's like to, like, every once in a while, once every few months, I'll get a little glimpse of it. I'll have like a 10-minute experience of like the darkness, deep into the darkness, and I'll be, oh my God, I lived there for 4 years. Holy shit. So, you know, if I'm saying it, it's true, because, you know, if I had gone through a few months of a flu and then came back and said, wow, illness is beautiful, you know, that's one thing. But I went through, my whole life was ripped away. Everything I thought I knew was ripped away. The carpet ripped from underneath me. And I'm telling you, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, illness. So beautiful. It's the universe's way of changing humanity and changing the planet. Waking up people to a new earth, to a new paradigm, a new way of being, a new way of living. Illness is the only way we'll wake up to it. You know, I had seen the hurricane in Florida, I had seen the hurricane in Houston, and I thought to myself, wow, that sucks. But there was no real deep compassion for these people that were going through it. And then I went through these wildfires. Well, actually, I only saw Houston. I didn't see my Florida at the time. But then I went through these wildfires in Portland where there was ash and dust everywhere. I was breathing in this shit for 3 days, and it was personally affecting me The pain was there for me personally. The air was no longer breathable. I had to stay indoors. And then I said, holy shit, this is what it's like to have things ripped away. This is what it's like to have serious, you know, issues with Mother Nature. And I immediately thought, wow, it's the immediate pain that causes a catalyst for growth. It's an immediate pain that changes the way people are and people think and people feel. That immediate pain is for you. It's your gift. It's your key. It's the rocket ship waiting to transcend your whole essence into a new era, a new paradigm. So it's beautiful. Be thankful for it. And it's hard to actually do that, of course. I know. I really know. Alrighty guys, I am getting super queasy. Getting ready, speaking of rocket ships, getting ready for explosive Hershey squirts coming. Alright. And then after the salt flush, of course, going in the ocean, cleaning myself off. This is my shower for the morning. Taking a shower in there. Brought coconut oil for afterwards. And then it'll be about 11 a.m. and I'll start my day here in California. Head to Berkeley. Enjoy this beautiful place. I'm fairly certain I'll be moving here in the next couple months. Either Berkeley or SF. And such is life. Constant change, constant moving. Going with the flow. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. Helps me out. And helps you out. Oh yeah, there's like a little button that you can click that says, give me alerts. You can get the alerts from the Detox dudes. Whenever I release a video, you can get immediately alerted and be the first to comment. How cool can you be? And yeah. Peace, guys.